Hi, it's Greg Hughes from 90-Second Website Builder. I'd like to talk to you in this video about the Google Map tool in the ready-to-use JavaScripts. Now, a few weeks ago, from the time of this recording anyway, Google created a new requirement for using Google Maps. It used to be very simple. You just simply put the Google Map code on your website and it's good to go. But now Google is requiring you to have a special key code called an API key. And so we've updated 90-Second Website Builder software to accommodate Google's requirements. And I'm going to show you how that works. First of all, if you go into the ready-to-use JavaScripts in Drawbox, the Google Map is one of those JavaScripts you can choose from. It's right here. But what's different about it is because Google is requiring this developer key or API key, you're going to often see a problem with your Google Maps. And you'll see a message similar to this one on your website. If you've tried to use Google Maps recently and you get this message, this is why. It's because you're missing a key. So again, we've updated the software to accommodate this requirement. And it's very simple. You still make the Google Map the way you would think. You would put in the address and the settings for how you want the map to look, but then you also need to put in your key here now. And so what this video is about is how to get that key. Using the map and using the tool 90-Second couldn't be simpler. The hard part is trying to find that key on Google's website. So I'm going to try and navigate my way through that and show you how we would find that. So first of all, let's get out of 90-Second Website Builder and let's go pay a visit to Google. If you do a search for this, you're going to come up with a page that may look something like this, Google's Maps. And it's going to show you pricing. Don't be scared away by the pricing, the term pricing. Most of us are going to pay nothing for this. They have a free version and it's going to apply to most of us. And if you go here to read about it and look at the pricing table, unless you're building a mobile app for an Android or an iPhone, and even then you're going to have only fees to pay if you have a lot of activity. If you're just simply embedding your map on a website, for most of us, it's going to be still unlimited free usage. Google just wants to still require that you have this API key. So there's different kinds of keys. There's a JavaScript API map and a static API, Street View API, as you can see. And for most of us, even if you did pay a fee, it would only be after you had 25,000 map loads per day. That'd be a humongous amount of traffic coming to your website. So either way, whatever you use, it's very unlikely that you're going to pay a fee for this code. If this scares you off, just dig a little deeper and see how that works. What we're going to do is take you to the right website. This is one that may come up, and for being the world's greatest or largest search engine, they kind of make it hard for you to find this information. What you're going to end up looking for to find the Google Map API key is you're going to end up at developers.google.com/maps. That's where we're at here. So if you do a Google search, you want to end up going to the developersgoogle.com website where it talks about getting a key and authentication. I'll be honest with you, all of this information is incredibly confusing, but you can find your way through it, and hopefully we can do it together in this video. There will be several buttons on the page, fortunately, that say get a key, and that's really where you want to go. And so we're going to do that now and see what happens. So I'm going to click get a key, and it's going to take us to a place where we can enable our API key. By the way, and I should have mentioned this, I'm already logged into my Google account. As you can see, there's a little picture of me because I'm in my Google account. You may not see this screen when you click on that because you have to be logged into your Google account. If you have a Gmail address, YouTube account, anything that's Google related, then you do have a Google account. And most of us do, and you should. If you're a web designer, you should have a Google account because there's just too many tools that you need to work with. So you'd be logged into your Google account. You click on that Get Key button that we clicked on, and then we're going to go to this place where we're going to agree to their terms. And if you want to get mailings from Google about special projects, you'd say yes. I don't know why I would, so I'm going to say no, and I'm going to agree and continue. Again, all I'm doing is I'm looking for this special key, which is a very simple snippet of code we're going to get from Google, but they are going to make us jump through these hoops. Now, this may take several seconds to load. In my case, it is, and I may have to pause the video because, as you can see, it's still spinning. But what's happening, and you may not be able to see it off screen, is it's telling me that it's enabling my API right now. So it took me to a screen right here where I can create a browser key, and I can call it whatever I want. So as I read through this form, basically what I'm going to suggest we do is just leave the default. You can call the key whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to leave the default. You would also want to leave this blank in most cases. It says here, if you leave this blank, requests will be accepted from any referrer. In other words, anyone can come to your website and see your map, which is what most of us are going to want. You can limit how many people see your map by putting in some information here. But again, I'm going to leave that blank. Most of us will. So I'm going to click create, and there's my key. That's all there is to it. So I have had to blur this one out because obviously it needs to be unique and secure. You have to get your own key through your own account. But this is a key is just a big long string of code, which I'm going to copy. I'm putting it in my clipboard. In other words, I'm doing a Control-C and copying it. I'll click OK. Now we're going to go to 90-second website builder and open up the ready-to-use JavaScripts, where we are going to put in our key. First of all, we need to find the Google Map tool right here. And we're going to put in our key, pasting it in. Remember, I copied it. I'm going to set my address to what I want. And I'll leave these default settings for now. We're just going to click OK. And if we click F5, we can preview what this map will look like. And as we bring up the browser, there is our Google Map. It's that simple. Now, there are some other settings in the Google Map API, which I won't go into because it won't apply to most of us, but I showed you where to go. But for most of us, adding a Google Map is still easy as long as you know where and how to get that key. And like I said, in 90-second website builder, we've updated the software to accommodate Google's new requirement for the API key. So that should get you going. Again, go to the developer site for Google to learn more about this key if you want to, or if you're building something more complex like an Android app or whatever. But again, for most of us building websites, this is all you do. Just get the key from Google, paste it into your map, and you've now got a map on your website, thanks to the ready-to-use JavaScript in 90-second website builder.